Edgar Allan Poe was born in Boston, Massachusetts on January 19th, 1809. Here's a cute little baby picture. Aww. For the most part, Edgar was a pretty healthy baby, but I really can't say the same for his parents. His biological parents died before his 4th birthday. He left Boston after his parents died and moved to Virginia. His next of kin was a tobacco farmer named John Allan. And yes, he is the reason why Poe's middle name is Allan, among other reasons. Poe loved literary art at a young age. He tried to write a few stories of his own while he was in school, but John ran low on money and couldn't pay for his education. In a desperate attempt to try to stay in school, he started gambling to make some extra money. He kept gambling and he kept losing, and that drove him to drink. It got so bad that he was burning his own furniture to stay warm during the winter. He came back home only to find out his childhood sweetheart was engaged to another. He left Virginia to chase his dream to become a writer and ended up going into the army. But he ended up being dragged into poverty by his goddamn ankles and went to Baltimore. He became an editor for a popular magazine and ended up being well known as a very, very stern critic. Then he married his cousin, Virginia, and moved to New York, and I know what the fuck you're about to say. It was the 1800s, people. But sadly, Virginia died of tuberculosis in 1847. That became a huge turning point for Edgar Allan Poe. He kept gambling and drinking and losing and gambling and drinking. Came back to Boston, bumped into his childhood sweetheart, who is now a widow, and asked her to marry him. But a few days before the wedding, Poe disappeared. They found Edgar face down in the street. Edgar Allan Poe was pronounced dead on October 7th, 1849. It's usually seen as a cautionary tale, but when it comes to Gothic romanticism, you usually think of this man.